Hey everybody, this is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Tuesday, May 7th, 2024. So really not a whole lot went on today. We had these are the pivots that I put out in the morning, and the first one that the bulls needed to get above was this 51.91, and then we had this open gap here. So they filled the open gap, and then the next pivot was going to be right at this 52.05 level. And you can see we were really extremely overbought here. We had some sell signals in place. We had sell signals that were just exaggerated on the 15-minute chart. And, even though I did think they were going to try to make it to that 52.05, they kind of just ran out of steam, did a little bit of backing and filling, and really we ended the day nowhere. So if the bulls head higher, let's say they'd give it a go for tomorrow, I would probably assume we got to keep an eye on this 52.10 level, but I'm going to start saying you need to really, really be on your guard right now, because this could turn at any second and it would make perfect sense. And really the main reason is just the pattern that's being formed with this on the 60-minute charts, where our momentum's starting to decline, and if we come up, it's going to be a pretty nice defined sell signal. And when we've been getting those, we've been getting some really big haircuts to the downside. So they've been getting bid back up, but still, I mean, if you buy blindly up here and just listen to the talking head saying, it was a great buying opportunity, whatever. They come out when we're back up above 5,200, but when we're back down at the 49.50, they go run for hiding. But I'm open-minded on which way they're going to go right now. Like I said, I'm starting to get a little bit more of a bias to the downside, because, as I said, what really sparked this was bad economic numbers and people pricing in that we're going to get a rate cut in September. And again, I've said this numerous times, where the rate cuts are not even an obstacle anymore. Heck, they priced in 6 rate cuts and then 3, and now they're going to try to bring the market to new all-time highs because of 1 rate cut. So that I just think is bogus. I just think there was too many people that were leaning on the short side when we were, especially this move right here, because a lot of people missed this, and then we had these big moves up and down, and then from there everybody's been shorting it. So that's it. I don't believe it has anything to do with a rate cut coming in September, and it really doesn't make this market any more bullish. So again, if we do. If the bulls try higher, I want to keep an eye on this 52.10 level. If they get above it, then we're looking right around that 52.20. But you can see there's a lot of lot of resistance up in this area. For the bears, really, the first thing they're going to have to do, if I just kind of move this up here, because it's not really resistance anymore, this is now support. But in any case, you can see this is going to be the important pivot right here. So this is when they came up and it got rejected, and they kind of gapped it right over it here. But in any case, if the bears can get through this, then we're probably looking at a move coming somewhere down into the 51.42 level. And this is this is your support, but it's also we have an open gap here, and then from there I would say this would be the support zone would be right in between, say, the 51.35 and the 51.20. So this is really, if the bears can get through that, that's when we're going to start seeing some momentum pick up on the downside. So pretty oversold right now on the 15-minute chart. It is implying that we possibly could get a bump up, but these divergences in place, again, I wouldn't really be anticipating anything right now. And if anything, I'd have a little bit more of a bias to the downside for, one of these type moves. Nothing, I believe that the top is in. I do, but again, that's subject to change. So I'm trying to just look out for this trade right here, and it's going to be somewhere in 100 points that we're looking, and that's really what I'm looking at right there. So that's really about it. We're getting the sell signals, seeing a little bit of a pullback would bring these down more, and then leave the door open for that last push higher to give a really, really defined sell signal. But again, I'd be just very cautious up here because there's a lot of trapped bulls in this area here, and unless they gap it over and use it as support, I think there's going to be a lot of sellers waiting. So just real quick, another $1,000 day. There's zero stress in it. Anybody that held it to the end, I think, made 1,900. They did get a little bit of an nail biter when we had this move, because it almost took out we had the 51.75s and we had the 52.10s as our numbers. So this came down to there, but it's still never, nothing really happened, and still closed within the brackets. So anybody that that held on to it had a little bit of stress, but it was 1,900. I sent out the text message alert that I was going to close it. Made $1,000. I think I went to the bank. I didn't even keep an eye on it. And once it was here, I just said, I'm going to collect the money. So things are still going very, very easily on that right now. And whenever, you just have to know when to do it. When you get a pop up, and if you see resistance, you want to start, doing the selling the condor not that far above where price is, and you want to keep it low because the next move you're anticipating is going to be down. And once it gets into the middle, you just collect your money, and that's it. Rinse, repeat, and you do it the next day. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. Have a fantastic night, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.